Hi class, here's a short tutorial reviewing how to use Discus and the CINAHL database to help you find articles for your literature review. So from the library's main home page, which you can get to from any of the university's home pages, websites, by clicking on the library link in the top bar, and then you should always click Mark's Library to get to the main library's web page. So we are not going to use the one search box that is used for general studies, and you have a more specific and focused needs. So we'll go down to the box that says Library Resources, select Databases and e-reference, and then from the alphabetical list we're going to click on the S and then scroll down until you see Discus with full text. Click on Discus with full text. So now we have some search boxes into which we can place our keywords and searches. So let us first search for therapeutic recreation, and if we go to the next box, and we can put in brain injury, and then there's a suggested string of keywords to search on that includes brain injury or head injury or traumatic brain injury or acquired brain injury. So this they're sort of filling in this Boolean string of keywords for us. We'll click on that, and we have 25 results. On the left hand side we can refine our results. So let's update the publication date to be within the 10-year time limit. So we'll slide this over to 2005, holding down the mouse button, then let it go, and the database will update the results. So now we have 14 articles. We can do one more limiter, set one more limit, and by saying that we want to use an academic journal. Remember, magazines might include some professional magazines that report on best practices, or maybe it's industry news. At some point you may want to look at the magazines to get the kind of best practices in industry news to inform you about what's happening currently with this kind of therapy. For now, let's just click on academic journals. There are 11, and so now we have a nice result list of 11 academic journals about community integration, informing therapeutic practice through walking program experiences of rehabilitation clients with stroke and traumatic brain injury. So you have the title of the article. It's an academic journal. The authors of the article are here. It was published in Therapeutic Recreation in 2014. There's an abstract of the article, and then please pay attention to the suggested subjects and write down the ones, keep a little list of the ones that might be useful to future searches for your particular area of concentration. So you could go through and scroll through here and possibly find a couple of articles if your population includes traumatic brain injury. If it does not include traumatic brain injury, maybe you could go up here and triple click on it and delete that, and then we could put another population in: older adults or elderly or seniors or geriatrics. So we're gonna go with this sort of mid-range broadening of our keyword search and click on that. And now we have 37 articles. We retained the 10-year publication date. We have 2 magazine articles and 35 academic journals. So let's just look at the academic journals. And now we have some reports on the effects of therapeutic recreation on the brain quotient. So you would probably Here you can see the impact of dance interventions on mood and depression in older adults. So if your population is older adults, this may be a therapy that you are going to incorporate. Something like promoting healthy living for seniors is just a more generic kind of research article. Articles like this are good for helping you to orient how these kinds of actual research reports are written. Let's do one more thing here and go up to choose databases. And so at any time when you're searching in EBSCOhost, you can add databases or take databases away. Now we will keep the sport discus with full text, but I want you to add the CINAHL. We'll click here, and if we hover on this little icon, we get a pop-up letting us know that CINAHL is a huge database that includes allied health journals, and so we're less worried about the full text for nursing, and perhaps the allied health journals will give us some more information about our search topics. So just check CINAHL, click OK, and let's perform the search again using those same keywords with older adults or elderly or seniors. And you can see that now we have 193 articles. And we're starting to get different kinds of articles about the effects of therapeutic recreation on the brain quotient in elderly dementia patients. Now if we want to we'll probably want to go and look at only academic journals, so we'll filter that. Move this up. It did not retain the 10-year limit, publication limit, so we'll move that up. We're down to 59, a completely manageable number of articles to look through, but we can still filter this a little bit more. Perhaps we've already looked through the sport discus with full text, and now we only want to look to see what CINAHL has given us and see what kind of information we're getting there. So now we're just looking at the results from the CINAHL search. The impact of seated Tai Chi on range of motion. So when you find an article that has your population, your intended therapy, then always pay attention to the kinds of keywords and subject terms that are offered on this record and add those to your list so that you can search on them. Okay, one more thing I will show you is if we click on the title of the article, we can look at the PDF full text of this article, but more importantly, I want to show you these tools here. If you click on the Cite button, you can grab a sort of APA style citation. You could copy and paste this into a Word document to get you started doing your reference list. Now make sure that you check this against the actual APA style journal, or go to the OWL at Purdue and check it, because this is not actually properly formatted, but it's a good place to start. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Please don't hesitate to call me if you have questions or if I can help you to find articles. Good luck with your paper.